Hi, this is Helen McConnell. By listening to this recording, you agree to the terms located at helenmcconnell.com/disclaimer. This particular recording was done on October 1st, 2020, and the participant has given their permission to share the recording. However, their name has been withheld by their request. All right, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can, thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to read your question. Is there a
Yeah.
specific place in the body I can tap for a long time to get rid of fear I experience in my heart? Okay. So you use the same tapping points for everything. Okay, but what you want to do is if you have fear in your heart, then go there now, if you will. If you want to do some tapping right now.
Okay.
Okay, so you just put your hand on your heart and sense into that fear. Okay? And the fear
Mhm.
is there because it was a coping strategy. It was trying to help you. It was trying to keep you safe. But oftentimes fear gets kind of stuck or frozen. And how old is this? How long has it been there?
For about a decade, so it does feel like a stuck fear that
Okay.
just does not go away.
Okay. And was there a specific event 10 years ago that caused this? You don't have to tell us what it was, just yes or no.
Yes. I cannot say like the day, the event, but I think just the teenage years, and I think lots of things happened teenage years.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, they can be really, teenagers can be really traumatizing.
Mhm.
Because for one thing, we don't usually have the support that we need or the tools that we need to love ourselves, right? To know that we're okay. So if you don't know the exact event, that's
Mhm.
okay. But put your hand there again and talk to your heart and the fear itself and say, and actually tap on the top of your head and say, okay, fear,
Okay, fear.
on the eyebrow. I'm hearing you.
I'm hearing you.
Side of the eye. I'm feeling you.
I'm feeling you.
Under the eye. And I'm not afraid of you.
And I'm not afraid of you.
Under the nose. In fact, I want to hear what you're trying to tell me.
In fact, I want to hear what you're trying to tell me.
Okay, and then just tap on your chin and see if you get any intuitive or unconscious kind of things, subconscious things.
Just right now, I'm breathing better. I just
Okay.
realized, just as I was tapping, I'm just breathing a little better, a
Hmm.
little more. It's more open. My breathing, it's more spacious. I don't know.
Excellent, spacious, open. Those are the
Yeah.
things we're looking for, right? Now, sense into that fear. And I forgot to get a number for it. Like, how intense was it when we started?
So yeah, when I started, it was I would say about 8 out of
Okay.
10,
Uh-huh.
and right now it is 6
Okay.
out of 10. So it
So
has
so
gone
a
down a little
shift
bit.
in just a minute of tapping, right?
Yes.
So now keep your hand there on your heart, and I
Mhm.
like to do it this way. You won't find many people who do it this way, but talk to your body and stuff. But I always do. Tap on your head and you say, "Thank you, fear,"
Thank you, fear,
on the eyebrow for whatever you're trying to tell me.
for whatever you're trying to tell me.
Side of the eye. I'm not really trying to get rid of you.
I'm not really trying to get rid of you.
Under the eye. I just want to understand you.
I just want to understand you.
Okay. And under the nose. Thank you, fear.
Thank you, fear.
Okay. And there it goes again, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And
So
what do you notice there?
see, I just noticed like every time I was acknowledging, every time I was thanking it, I was not so afraid. I was, it was like okay to be afraid or something.
Well, and I think we put it kind of into words. I'm not afraid of you, fear. I'm not
Yes.
afraid of you. We think we are, but we really
Uh-huh.
aren't. All we're doing is acknowledging it, right? So notice
Yes.
now what the intensity is now.
It has gone down. It has gone down. Especially when you said, "I'm not afraid of fear."
Hmm.
That just changed my mindset, my attitude towards fear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has gone down.
And what number would you give it now?
Right now it's three,
Okay.
three.
Okay, really
through.
breathe into that. I hear your breathing changing. We can really
Yes,
hear
it
that.
has gone down a lot. Yeah.
Okay, and what we've really tapped into for you is that you know the old expression, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. But we don't have to fear fear. You know, what if
Hmm.
the fear is um, was trying to tell you something? It was trying to tell you get away or do something different, but it was uncomfortable, maybe even painful. The fear, and
Yes.
so then we are afraid to feel the fear.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
here we are in a group and we're doing it together. So just keep tapping, tap on top of your head, keep your hand on your heart, and
Okay.
say, "Wow, fear."
Wow, fear.
On the eyebrow, I've been telling myself
I've been telling myself
on the side of the eye that I'm afraid of you.
that I'm afraid of you.
Under the eye, it turns out I'm not.
Turns out I'm not.
Under the nose, and I don't, because you wrote in your thing, I want to get rid of my fear. Just and your fear knows that, so you say, I don't want to get rid of you.
I don't want to get rid of you.
On the chin, I want to understand you.
I want to understand you.
On the collarbone, I want to know what you're trying to tell me.
I want to know what you're trying to tell me.
Under the arm, I'm not afraid of you, fear.
I'm not afraid of you, fear.
Every time we,
That
yeah, yeah. So just let that exhale, let it out.
yes, yeah, I really like that. I'm not afraid of you, fear, because when I say that, I find myself not really afraid of it. You see,
Yeah.
yeah, I
What
just
I have discovered over the years, like whatever the emotion is, it could be fear or shame's another big one where we don't even want to look, and so we feel like this thing is, for you it's in your heart, and but for some of us it's chasing us around, and we don't even want to look. But it turns out if we just stop and look or acknowledge it, it reduces so much. It's the not looking, it's the not observing it. So what you've done here is acknowledged it, observed it, and said, I'm not afraid of you.
yes.
You're a part of me.
Hmm.
Okay, so notice again, what's the intensity of it now?
Right now it's around 3, 4.
Okay.
Uh, it is below 5.
Okay, and it's still
Uh,
in your heart.
Still, I feel a little bit in my heart.
Hmm.
It's not gone away completely
That's
because
okay.
I feel like it's not even okay to be not afraid. Sometimes I feel like I have to be afraid because it is fear, because that's what it is trying to do, make me afraid. So it's like
Oh,
it's not okay to be not afraid or something. Yeah.
absolutely. That's good. Really good noticing. And then you can just go like this, tap on top of your head and say, it's okay for me to be not afraid.
It's okay for me to be not afraid.
On the eyebrow, I give myself permission to be not afraid.
I give myself permission to be not afraid.
Side of the eye, I don't need to get rid of the fear.
I don't need to get rid of the fear.
Under the eye, but I don't need to have it on all the time.
But I don't need to have it on all the time.
Under the nose, it's okay for me to not be afraid.
It's okay for me to not be afraid.
On the chin, right now, nothing is happening to me.
Right now, nothing is happening to me.
Collarbone, I'm okay right now.
I'm okay right now.
Under the arm, it's okay for me to not be afraid.
It's okay for me to be not afraid
Yeah,
of fear.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And just take a deep breath. I love that sound that you're making, that exhaling, exhalation. Relief is what we're looking for with tapping. Relief is probably the most powerful thing we get. So
See,
just
I
notice
just realized it's almost like I've been living with this condition for so long. It's almost like I want to be afraid, and I'm having a hard time giving up on not being afraid.
it. Okay, so I've
Uh,
got a little trick we can use.
yeah.
Because there's a lot attached to that. Like who would I be if I wasn't afraid, and what would my family think if I wasn't afraid, or what would my fear think if I wasn't afraid? There's all these things that I commonly lump them together as emotional attachments, like worried about. An emotional attachment is not a good thing. It's not a positive thing. There are things like obligation. I feel obligated to be afraid, or whatever. Okay. So when we
Hmm.
use this next tapping, we're going to use a phrase that says emotional attachments. And that's what we're talking about: obligation, pressure, shame, guilt, all that kind of stuff. So just try this and see what happens. Tap on top of your head and say, I release all my emotional attachments,
I release all my emotional attachments
on the eyebrow, to having to be afraid.
to having to be afraid.
Okay. And just see if that does anything. Just tap around the points.
Yes, I felt like not connected to my heart. I felt not connected to my fear. All of a sudden, I felt I felt myself existing without fear.
Wow.
If that made sense. I don't know.
It totally makes sense.
Okay.
And you've been carrying this in your heart. So now
Yes.
I want you to sense into your heart without fear.
It is very calm. It is
Very calm.
right now it's about a 1 or a 2. It has gone down even further.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
like where I'm at right now. Yeah.
And this feeling that you have here is your inner being. This is your true self. Fear, we are not truly made to be afraid. That's not who we're supposed we're not made to be afraid. We're made to be creative and expansive, and you can't do that when you're afraid, especially in your heart.
Yes.
So notice that one or two that's left, and let's just see if we can see what that's about, the last little bit. Because why not? We're so close. But no pressure to get rid of it. We're not trying to get rid of it. Just move it out of your heart, or have it go to the sidelines, or
Yes.
wait in the wings until it's actually needed, whatever.
So this 1 or 2 that's remaining, it feels like a physical thing. It feels almost like an organ that I'm
Hmm.
carrying with me. Almost like my second heart or
Okay.
something.
All right. And I'm
Maybe.
going to tell you, we've touched on this several times tonight. Physical ailments and diseases and cancers and stuff all have an emotional cause. And so, do you want? Yeah, I'm going to ask you. You could say yes, but do you want to keep this extra fear heart?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right.
no.
All
Yeah.
right. So let's see. Okay, just tap on your head. I'm skipping the karate chop point because we're moving right along here. Just tap on your head and say, "It seems like I have an extra organ
It seems like I have an extra organ.
on the eyebrow, and it's like my fear organ,
It's like my fear organ.
side of the eye. But I wasn't born with a fear organ
Wow, when I just heard that, something just opened up. So
hmm
yes, I was not born with this fear organ.
under the eye. I learned this fear organ
I learned this fear organ.
under the nose. I created this fear organ.
Uh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Lovingly,
It,
not consciously. You didn't say, "Oh yeah, I think I'll, scare
yeah,
myself to death."
it does feel like I created this fear organ. Yeah.
hmm On the chin, and so I can lovingly let it go.
So I can lovingly let it go.
And
Yeah.
and and we're going to try one more kind of unique thing that you won't hear many people tapping, but just tap and say, "This fear organ
This fear organ
under the arm is no longer relevant."
is no longer relevant.
Top of yeah, you can just stop there. It's no longer relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, just take a deep breath.
You know what I just noticed? My feet, both my feet, they have changed. They're feeling more. I feel it, my feet are. I don't even feel it as heavy. I feel my feet like they have changed or something. Like my feet are very light
Uh-huh.
right now. They're as if they're not even my own feet. They're somebody else's feet or something.
Well, look down and make sure they're yours.
Okay.
And what if your feet are now representing, oh, wow, now I can really go live my life?
Yes, they're so light right now.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not even feeling it. It's almost like I'm just feeling the just the air, but not the feet themselves. I'm not feeling
Freedom.
the
Uh,
freedom. Yes.
yes, this is emotional freedom.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
so fortunate to be getting
Uh,
this at your age.
okay.
And your life, your greatest life is still ahead of you.
Well, I hope so because sometimes when I look around, I'm no longer a teenager, and I feel very old because I'm no longer a teenager. You
Well,
know.
there are a lot of us on the call going, well, as long as you're alive, you're
Yeah.
you're here to create. That's your job.
Uh-huh.
is to create, whatever that means to you, to be a creator. And you want to create things that are more profound than a fear organ.
Yes, I want to create. I want to make decisions. You see, that are not coming out of fear. And like
Perfect.
like in my teenage years, I realized when I looked back on it, I would say 90%, or even I would go 95% of my decisions, they were just born out of fear and nothing but fear.
Hmm.
And I want to change that, and make decisions, take actions that are born not out of fear, anything out of fear. Yeah,
Excellent. That is like the best life goal I've ever heard. And
yeah.
so I invite you've stumbled onto this somehow. You've never been
Mhm.
here before, right?
Never, never,
Okay. Have you
never.
ever done tapping before?
No, I did not even know. A tap is like a water tap or something. That's what I thought. Yeah.
How did you find this?
Well, I would just, I think this is, I'm not sure, is this a meetup
It
group
is a meetup group.
showing me the list of events? And I thought, okay, feel better or something. The keyword there was like a well-being or something.
Hmm.
I just clicked on it because if I want to, I want to feel better. So, yeah.
That is divine guidance that got you here. You didn't even have to think about it. Click, click, click,
No,
click, and
yeah,
stop.
I did not even think about it
Mhm.
until a second before I found it. So, yeah.
Perfect. For more information on EFT tapping, or to work with me, or to join our monthly tapping meetup, go to helenmcconnell.com.